Good morning, Flosstube. It's Helen D. Today is Wednesday, March 13th. I thought I would pop on. This will probably be a pretty quick video. This was the best day of the week that I had to do it, so I thought we'll just get it done. Short and sweet. We moved back downstairs. It was dark as a pocket upstairs today, even though it's bright and sunny. If the heater kicks on and I notice, I will just hit pause and ride it out so that it won't be so loud for you, because I know in this room when the heater goes on, it is quite loud. But it's March in Maine and it's still cold, so we still need the heater on. We're starting to melt a little bit. We got snow over the weekend. We're not out of it yet. The March snow, though, is different. It's heavy and wet, doesn't stick around as long, so we're getting there. Daylight savings is kicking my butt. I don't know about the rest of you. It's kicking my butt. I haven't had a full night's sleep in more than a week. Part of that is not, it might be daylight savings fault, but it's the boys' fault. Miles has not slept through the night in a steady week. He's been up anywhere between 1 and 3 a.m. and in to get me. So it's like I have a newborn, and I am far too old to have a newborn. Yeah, so it's been rough. I'm tired. I'm baggy. I'm tired. I'm cranky. But I'm stitching, so I thought I'll pop on today and show you what I have, and then I have a bunch of chores to do. So I have a couple finishes to show. I only have one whip to show you because I've finished some things. And then I have some haul, little market haul, little regular, a little bit of everything. So this is that tray I was telling you about last week. There's a hole in it because one of the things is over here with me. So that's my new smalls holder. And I pulled out all my spring stuff. So I have my hands-on design in Priscilla. This is the one from the Just Cross Stitch magazine. I know that now you can buy some of those as a digital download. So if you don't have the magazines, check on the Just Cross Stitch website, because I did see, I think it was the Santa Claus one they had as a digital download. So that might now be an option if you're looking to stitch those. So jump in. The one that goes right there, I was working on last time and almost finished. This is the new Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. It's called Lucky. I finished it as a cube. I put white on the back. It's got little shamrocks. This stitched up really fast. This is Petite Treasure Braid, which is kind of a beast. I mean, all the metallics are kind of a beast. So I just worked with really small strands, and it was okay. I don't think I changed anything on this. This is on Misty's Luminous Fiber Arts, her mint green fabric. I had just enough left. So perfect. And then I put a little, this is just fabric. I like mine kind of right up to the edge. So he's all done and out for another week. And then I can put bunnies on there. Then the other one, cats, the other one that I finished was, I showed you last video, I've been doing the year in celebrations. I had done January and February. I finished March, and then I fully finished the 3 months I had. So this is how I'm doing them, with lots of thanks to lots of people. So this is Priscilla's idea with the box, which came from Hobby Lobby, the $5.99 size, with your coupon. So I'm stitching all of mine on, I think it's Country French Golden Needle. It's a 16 count. Carol, who is My Life with Miss Sassy on Instagram, I've loved all of her color conversions. So far I think I've used all of her color conversions. And when I was trying to think of how to finish them, Priscilla did hers with the ruffles. Try as I might, I cannot get the ruffles to work out the way I want them to. So for now, I've given up on ruffles. Cecilia Turner of Heart and Hand, when she was doing her market releases, she has a new series of monthlies, which are adorable. There's the heater. All right, sorry about that. It may happen again. So Cecilia Turner showed her market releases with her new monthly chart. And she finished them kind of in the same way with like a flat fold with a piece of ribbon behind them. And I thought I really liked that. Then Carol, My Life with Miss Sassy, finished hers with the ribbon behind them. So then I knew it was meant to be. The heater again. I turned the heat down to like 58. I should have thought of that the first time, so hopefully that will help. So that's how I did these, is I put them on the sticky board with some, I didn't have enough ribbon the right colors, so I used fabric that I kind of folded up. This is all MacGyvered in there. So my husband cut me a block of wood that I kind of glued in the box. This piece is a piece of foam core that I covered in a black and put the magnet on, so that then I can just pop these on there and straighten them and go from there. So I have March done, and then February and January. I haven't started April yet because I'm waiting to see what Carol does with her colors. And one little tip, if you're doing these, I noticed I put a little batting under the stitched piece. I used the Warm and Natural, and because of that, I couldn't get my corners tight enough. And if you're having a problem getting your corners tight enough, just stitch them up a little. So I just kind of took them in, and then I did these just, why not? And then there's hot glue hanging from it. So if you're having a hard time getting your corners, just kind of cinch them up a little bit. So those are done, and that will be ready to do April and put him on my little box. And I probably won't put a lot of tchotchkes and stuff on the top. I just will keep it really simple. So I worked on those. I pulled out, I had been just started bumblebees, ladybugs and bumblebees, I think, for my last video. And I pulled it out a little bit, and I got one vine done. And then I got distracted. So that's all I have left on that. Now there's a cat on my bag, which is fine if I can get my stuff out from under her behind. It's the small cat, so it shouldn't be too hard. There we go. So that one hasn't gotten any more love, but it's next up. The reason that one didn't get any love is because, and I left the chart upstairs, I really wanted to start the Trilogy's spring lineup. I have all the seasons of the lineups, and Halloween and Easter. So I really wanted to get this. I was in a spring mood. Now I'm kind of done with spring, but I was in a spring mood. So I finished it, and then I fully finished it yesterday. So this is how that one came out. So these, it's a whole little group. The colors aren't coming out quite as vibrant. I did mix up a couple colors. The yellow that it called for, I used Vintage Country Mocha, and it just wasn't showing up quite as well, so I changed that. The blue I changed to something I had, and then these flowers were supposed to be yellow, but I changed them to like a purple. Actually, I think I changed them to boysenberry jam, which I'm like, oh, I really like this color. And then I realized, oh, the reason I bought that color is because it's for the new Hands-On Design Scary Apothecary, and now I'm going to need to buy more of it. So this little stand I found at the salvage warehouse in town. So I'm sorry, I don't know where it came from. It was $2. It's chipped on the back. No one's going to tell. It actually had, like, it's pretty on its own for a picture, and it had a clip. I took the clip off. You can tell I'm real fancy with, those flowers are not even attached. They're now just stuck on there. And then that little flower was, I also got at the salvage warehouse. That was for scrapbooking. So it's like a scrapbooking embellishment that I just glued on there. And then if I actually hit both my magnets, it's good to go. So now I can do all of them. This was 18 count, so as long as I do them all in the same count, they'll fit. So that one is done. So that's what I've been stitching. And a couple people said in my last video, oh, you're getting so much done. You stitch so fast. All of the pieces so far that I've done this year have been very small. I went through my stuff last year, and even the bigger things I'm working on right now, Santa's Village and Tingles, I'm able to break them down into smaller chunks. So it's not seeming as overwhelming for me. And I've been able to get some charts that I've had for a while kind of caught up. So I'm feeling good. I've caught up on a few things. And like these little ones, I stitch them in hand so they don't take, 2 or 3 nights depending. And I tried to do what Vonna had shown as a tip. When you have a whole series and you're trying to finish them the same, when I knew I had the measurements right, they're all stitched on the same fabric, I went on my sticky board and I measured out, the background piece and the little piece. And then I've been kind of, when my hand feels up to it, I cut some out, because cutting that stuff can be a beast. So that way they're all ready to go and they're all the same. Make it a little easier. So I do have some haul. I've loved everyone's market haul. It's been great. I got a few things, 3 market things. Barbie and Misty both went and they had a great time, and I've watched some other videos from people who have gone and they had a great time, and it just looks so cool. And if I were actually there, I would have more than 3 things. Even though I don't know when I'm going to start these things, Barbie picked up 2 for me, and I didn't want to overwhelm her or she'd have picked up more things. So I got Foxview from Plum Street, and they're still in plastic. And then the cat block party, Meow. And then she picked up the pins for me as a birthday present. So thank you. This will be my first one of these, and I'm excited to put it together. I know I'm doing mine on Ada, obviously, but it shouldn't be a problem. So that's what I got in the mail from Barbie. And then the other one, that it was a market exclusive, and the more I saw it, the more I was like, you better act on it, because I don't know if you'll have a hard time getting it. And that was the Blue Flower Quilting Bee, which is so pretty, and the colors are pretty. So that one came. That one I might try and get done for summer, but we'll see. And then the other 2 things, and Barbie also sent me the little Scary Apothecary freebie chart. And those other Scary Apothecaries are coming, and I have fabric ready, and I have all my flosses ready once I get another Boysenberry Jam. Although I think the one I have would last me a while. And I'll be starting those right off because I'm really excited. I'd like to get those done for this year. So the other thing is I had a birthday 123 gift card. So I picked up Carrots and Cottontails. I'm starting with just this little one. And I'd like to get this one done. And then I have another little small that I can't even remember the name of. It's from an Etsy store that my son and husband got me for my birthday. That's 2 bunnies. So I'd like to get those 2 done. And then I think I'm bunnied out for a while. And I'll move on to some other things. And then the other thing, I got the Hands-On Design Ready Set Snow, even though I'm done with snow. This I got from my friend Penny's store. She is the Daily Stitcher, and I'll put a link below. And like I mentioned in my last video, she is doing anyone who makes an order by St. Patrick's Day, so you still have a couple more days. She is doing a drawing for the people who make an order for, she's doing 2 drawings for a $25 gift card. So you still have time. She has some market stuff in. I'll be getting, when she gets them from her, I'm planning on getting the With Thy Needle, the patriotic one. I don't remember the name of it, but it has like Uncle Sam, the two people, and then there's another one with like the star, like the striped star. So I'm planning on getting that one from her when she gets those in, and maybe getting to it by this year. We'll see. So that's the end of my list, and I'm only 15 minutes in. I told you this would be fast. I'm trying to think of what else I wanted to tell you. I didn't think I'd be that fast. So I plan on doing those two other bunny smalls, and then I think I'm going to move on. Oh, I need to start the next. I did start actually, but it's like 15 stitches, so I didn't bother to bring it down. I started the next Santa's Village. It's the one with the sleigh. For those of you following along, it's the one with the sleigh. So I'll work on that. I need to decide which Prairie Schooler piece I want to start in March for the Very Prairie Year Sal. It may be some of the smalls from Sunny Days. I only did one last year, and I'd like to do 3 more to finish to put in my electrocuted bowl. And those are fast. Talk about a small. Those are small. So it might be those, or if I have the brain power, I'd like to start weather-wise, but I want to update the colors a little bit, and my brain hasn't had a chance to process what I want those colors to be. Because if I started that, I could work on it at Frugal Yankee because it has big blocks of colors, so it would be a little easy. And that's coming right up. I need to do some sewing. I have 5 or 6 more bags I need to finish that are all like started to bring to that. I did FFO both my small and Donna's small for that, so those are ready to go. I have a little more FFOing I want to do of a couple the little Prairie School ornaments that I had done earlier in the year. I think they were my January. I haven't touched Button Up. I'll get back to that at some point. And then this month I need to work on Tingles. But those go so fast. I love those. I could do just those. Bust right through them. So I'm trying to spread that out. I think that's it. We went roller skating last weekend. I didn't fall. Down in Portland, there's a roller rink, and we had friends ask us if we wanted to go, and I didn't know how Miles would do. He did okay on skates, and then he switched to blades and was like zipping around. So he had a good sized bruise on his knee, and we're going back again this weekend, and he's going to bring his knee pads. So he doesn't understand why I don't want roller blades, why I want skates, because my ankles are weak and I don't want to break them. I'm happy with my 4 solid wheels, and I think John is going this weekend. And he used to do roller hockey, so he hasn't been on them in years, but he'll be fine. He'll catch right on and be lapping me, I'm sure. I stay by the bar. So we did that. We've been squeegeeing the driveway every day a couple times because the snow is melting and it's been really wet. I saw Hillary, Rustic Threads. How much snow do you guys have? Because we don't have much, but I know up there I see pictures on the news and on Facebook, and it's just unreal how much snow they have up in northern Maine. We had that a couple years ago. We had like 100+ inches for the season, but it was spread out over the whole season. But I see people, I don't know how they can open their door. There's so much snow. So hopefully you're doing okay up there. Yeah, we're getting ready for Frugal Yankee. I'm excited. Meet Pam and Steph in Candy Stitches, and a bunch of like the Massachusetts stitchers that I talked with, in my comments, and on Instagram. So I'm excited for that. Now I'm really just babbling. So I'll put all my stuff away, upload this. Hopefully a short video will not take that long, and turn the heat back up so I don't freeze. All right, thank you guys. Thank you for subscribing, to everyone who always leaves comments. I really enjoy making these videos and getting to know people and talking. Happy stitching. Bye.